With March Madness in full swing, I wanted to take every current NBA player and put them back in college for a little NBA 2K madness. Players like Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Zion Williamson, and NCAA Basketball 10 cover athlete Blake Griffin are all back in their college uniforms for one more run at a title. To begin my season of college basketball, I tried to fit as many colleges into my NBA mode as possible while also staying strict about keeping players with their current school. These rosters, Kentucky, Duke, Arizona, Kansas, and Michigan, are just loaded with NBA players. Meanwhile, teams like Oklahoma, Arizona State, and Georgia Tech barely put out a starting five. But will it have any bearing on the season? Let's find out and start the simulation. I started out by simming about a month or two at a time and then checking back at the standings. So here we have the rankings after 1 month, with 3 out of 5 teams in the top 5 being Wildcats. That's Kentucky, Arizona, and Villanova, alongside Florida and Gonzaga. But at the halfway mark of the season, we see how only Kentucky remains with their undefeated season still intact, with a new top 5 of Duke, UCLA, Washington, and USC behind them. So now, how will things look at the end of the season? Who will be good enough to make the tournament? Let's finally reveal the bracket. We start in the West Regional, where our first game is with the first seeded Kentucky Wildcats up against the number 16 Oregon Ducks. And congratulations to the Oregon Ducks, made it in as the last team in the tournament at 16. And in the 8-9 matchup, we have 8 Indiana versus 9 Kansas. I'm surprised Kansas is this low, but let's go on to the other half of the West, where we have the 5 seed North Carolina Tar Heels versus 12 Louisville Cardinals, followed by the 4-13 matchup, where the USC Trojans will face off against the Texas Longhorns. We get a rematch from 07, where USC was the team that knocked KD out of the tournament the first time around. It'll be interesting to see if USC can do it again, or will Kevin Durant have his revenge? All right, now let's flip to the Eastern Regional and reveal our next 4 teams. They are number 2 Duke. The Duke Blue Devils will face number 15 Villanova, and then in the 7-10 matchup is the Arizona Wildcats at 7 up against the 10th seeded Cavaliers of Virginia. In the lower half of the East will be the number 6 seeded Gonzaga Bulldogs versus the Washington Huskies at number 11 for an in-state Pacific Division battle. They will go on to face the winner of the number 3 seed UCLA Bruins and the number 14 Wake Forest Demon Deacons. So these are the final tournament teams. Which teams came up just short of making the tournament? Our first 4 out, all with losing records, just missed the tournament. That means regular season player of the year Trae Young will not be making the tournament, and neither will defensive player of the year Jonathan Isaac. So 2 of the top award getters are going to be out of the tournament. Interesting. So who else missed the cut? A total of 20 schools, including the lowest ranked Colorado at 6-30 overall. But what about the best team, Kentucky? When last we left them, they were undefeated at 15-0. The Wildcats finished 34-1. They're still 6 games ahead of the number 2 Duke Blue Devils. They are definitely the tournament favorites. If they aren't in the championship game or at least Final Four, I will be shocked. And now, without further ado, it's tournament time.
It's rock and roll time. It's showtime.
It's showtime, and we open the tournament with Gonzaga versus Washington. And it's Isaiah Thomas with mere seconds left on the clock. In the first quarter, he's fading right and hits the jumper. Now it's Murray's turn. He comes off the pick by Stewart and nails the 3, getting Washington within striking range. Now it's Gonzaga ball up 5. Sabonis coming off the screen. He catches it in the post. Great spin and in for 2. They're feeding their man Sabonis. This time it's a little baby hooking in. 9 for 10 on the day. And that was the difference. The Sabonis-led Gonzaga Bulldogs win their first game of the tournament 32-21. Look at the stats. Here's Sabonis for adjusted stats. It's 36 points. Stewart led the way with 20 for Washington. But that is the end of the road. The Huskies are eliminated. We now move on to our next game of the tournament. It's Arizona versus Virginia, the 7-10 matchup in the East. We start in the first. Arizona up 2. It's McConnell, Mathurin, and he's good from 3, number 0. It's Virginia's turn. DeAndre Hunter trying to keep them alive, nails a 3. Now Ayton gets the post, step back, and he hits the jumper. Nice move. Now Brogdon is driving and rolling, and great layup. This time it's Markkanen driving, getting fouled, and hitting the shot. Makes his free throw. DeAndre Hunter doing everything he can to keep Virginia in this game, but in the end, it was too much. Arizona wins by 9, 33-24. They'll advance to the Elite Eight. Virginia Cavaliers, unfortunately, are eliminated. Total stats here. Markkanen led the way, 18 points. DeAndre Hunter, 18 and 10. Just not a lot of help. Virginia goes out. Next up is number 5, North Carolina versus number 12, Louisville. UNC up 3. It's Kobe White for 3.
And it's good as he snugs it right through the net.
Terry Rozier now for Louisville, trying to make something happen. Down 5, end of the first. The pick and roll works, and he slips through for an easy layup. Now it's Wayne Ellington off the pick. He kicks it out. Cam Johnson swishes the 3. Louisville down 8. Trying to catch up with a 3, but Harrell gathers the spill and puts it back in. It's Harrell again. 2 more, so the lead cut down to 4. Now just down 3, Louisville. Back to Harrell. And it's the little turnaround for 2, so now they're tied up in the 4th. North Carolina has lost their lead, but it's Nasir Little wide open that gives them the lead again, 21-18. It's Mitchell, and he misses a 3. Damian Lee back to Mitchell, trying to make something happen, but the ball is not rolling in his favor. They end up losing the game, 21-29. North Carolina will advance to play the winner of USC and Texas. The total stats, look at the even spread. North Carolina 10-10-10, Anthony White, Little and Green. And then for Louisville, Montrezl Harrell did most of the work with 22, but they are still eliminated. Now we move on to Kansas, Indiana, our 8-9 matchup of the tournament, featuring our cover athlete, Joel Embiid. It's Oubre misses, but Wiggins puts back the miss, and Kansas comes out roaring. We have a streaking Joel Embiid, just slams it in. Eric Gordon slicing to the basket, but can't get it to roll. That is just how their day went. Joel Embiid, this time the reverse putback dunk, and they're up big, 21-6 in the second. Embiid doing it on the other end as well. Shot block. This time it's Wiggins fighting Embiid, and a little step back puts it in. Kansas in full control. Gordon trying to make something happen, spinning, great move, couldn't get it to fall. The Kansas defense was stifling. They end up winning 45-13, and Indiana, as the higher seed, gets demolished. Leading scorer 10 points for Anunoby and 24 for Embiid, who put up a 20-20. Indiana, though, eliminated. Next matchup is number 3 UCLA versus number 14 Wake Forest. Wake Forest notably has Chris Paul. UCLA, a team loaded with NBA talent. This time, pick and roll Paul to James Johnson puts it in. Wake Forest down 4. It's Westbrook, finds Anderson on the block, and Westbrook goes around the Kevin Love screen and is wide open for 2. Great play there. And the alley-oop here, miss by Wake Forest. UCLA is going to take this down the other end, and Levine, the last second shot, no good. UCLA back though. Levine slams it. Levine again, the shot from 3. He's dunking, he's swishing 3s, and now UCLA is starting to pull away. James Johnson though, alley-oop to Collins with the huge slam. John Collins dunk. Now Chris Paul with the layup, trying to make something happen, but Westbrook on the other end hits the mid-range jumper, #midrange. But now it's Trevor Ariza, nail in the coffin, hits the 3. Final score 41-27. UCLA with a big win. Chris Paul eliminated from the tournament. And Zach LaVine led the way for UCLA with 22. Now we go back to the East to our 2-15 matchup. Duke versus Villanova. And Duke to start. Zion missed, but Mason Plumlee puts it back in. Tatum with the ball, top of the key. Driving, spinning, and rolling the basket in. Bridges on the other side, slicing and dicing his way in for that slam dunk. Now it's Duke. The pass from Carter to Ingram hits the 3. Villanova trying to stay in it. The cut to the basket is good, and the foul. Brunson in the corner off the pick. The fading mid-range jumper goes. We're tied at 20. Villanova keeping it close despite being a huge underdog. Zion puts a bucket in. Sadiq Bey on the other end with a little baby hook, and they're down 8. Duke with the 3 puts them up even more. Villanova, though, trying to come back, down 7. crucial last few seconds. Bridges nails the three, Villanova, but too little, too late. Duke pulls this one out, 44-37. Villanova Wildcats and Mikal Bridges are eliminated. So Tatum and Williamson with 20 apiece, and then Villanova, Robinson, Earl, big day. Mikal Bridges, big day, but not enough. Now we go to Texas USC. Shades of 07 in this game. We have Vucevic.
So passes to Vucevic. And the power finish by Vucevic.
Here's the kick out to Durant, but he's cold. He starts the game off cold, misses that three. Texas doesn't get their first points until PJ Tucker goes to the line, misses the first, but the second gets it to go.
And he sinks the second.
USC, great defense, a tip and the steal. They pass it up. Kevin Porter Jr. gets the layup to go. There's Corey Joseph, though, getting Texas within three. They have life. The nice assist to Miles Turner for the dunk. Texas down 5. This time, DJ Augustine gets the layup, only down 3 at the end of the third. Fourth quarter USC, though. It's DeRozan, hits the 3. Texas trying to crawl back in. It's Mo Bamba with the layup, and it's Melton missing the 3. Kevin Durant with the ball, other side, trying to pull out the comeback, can't get the shot to go. Now it's Evan Mobley with their turnaround jumper, putting him up 5. It's Durant getting fouled, getting put to the line. Durant makes the first. Second shot, Durant also good. Texas only down 3. They need to clamp down on defense. PJ Tucker on DeRozan, forces the missed shot. Now it's KD on the other end, missing his own layup. They have to put USC on the line. Down 6. Durant says it's not over yet. Down 3. Still a chance. It'll come down to these free throws. But Porter Jr. too good. Puts them both in, and that is the final score, 35-30. So Texas claws back, but just not close enough. They are eliminated. You can see now DeRozan, high score with 30 points. Durant with just 22. So now let's move to our final game of the first round. It's Kentucky, it's Oregon, our 116. And Kentucky, it's Booker out of the gates, hitting a 3-pointer. Now driving and dishing. Anthony Davis and 1 puts it in. Julius Randle's turn. He's spinning in the post, puts in the layup. Now bam, cutting and dunking. Kentucky just too much power all around. Oregon putting up a good fight. Against any other team, it might work, but another alley-oop slam. Kentucky in full control. Oregon with the 3, trying to claw their way in, but Devin Booker just won't let him come back. Kentucky up 20 at the end of the third. It's Troy Brown to Bull. Bull gets in his 2 right there. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander misses the 3, but it's Karl Anthony Towns with a putback and 1. They still get their 3. Bull trying to work the post, trying to get something before the clock runs out, but it's not enough. Oregon just happy to be in the tournament. Kentucky with the blowout win, 47-29. And Anthony Davis led the way. Oregon Ducks eliminated. So now we take a look at our Elite 8. First matchup of the Elite 8, we go back to the East. It's the 6th-seeded Gonzaga Bulldogs versus number 3 UCLA. Another West Coast matchup. It's Suggs driving and scoring first for the Bulldogs. Gonzaga coming out to an early lead, but UCLA is running and gunning. Levine hits the 3. Westbrook drives and gets the 2. Now they take the lead 11-9, but Zach Collins working the post, gets the and 1. Now it's Clark for 3, and Gonzaga ties it up. Gets the lead, tied up at 19. Sabonis dunking. Now it's Kevin Love with the layup. We're going back and forth, tied at 21. Levine driving baseline, and the layup is good. Now Sabonis on a mismatch in the post. Doesn't get the first one to go, but gets his own rebound, puts it back in. Tied at 25. UCLA now with the lead at 27. Sabonis on the outside, dumping it down low, and Rui Hachimura gets fouled, and the 1 puts Gonzaga back up. So we go into the 4th. Gonzaga still up 1, but it's Russell Westbrook drawing the foul, and then his free throw is good, so he gets this free throw up 3 now in the 4th. Westbrook kicking out to Love, and Love drains the 3, extending the lead. And then on defense, Anderson poking the ball out, and then it's Westbrook on the other end feeding it back to Love, who puts it in. The lead expanding to 8, and here's Levine working at the top of the key, driving left, and his left layup goes in. Now it's a 10-point lead. Corey Kispert gunning 3s, trying to come back, but it's too little too late. UCLA wins by 7 after a back and forth first 3 quarters. UCLA pulls it out. And look at the stats. Levine, high score for UCLA, 26. Love with 22. And then Suggs, valiant effort, puts up 20. But Gonzaga goes home. They are eliminated. So now we hop over to the West region where UNC is going to play USC to go to the Final Four. USC starting off strong. Cole Anthony misses, and they're going to take this coast to coast. The pass up to DeRozan, and he slams it home. Windmill dunk. North Carolina down 3. Kobe White driving, squirming, dumping it off. Wayne Ellington hits the 2. USC other side. Pass down to Vucevic. The turnaround baby hook is good, and then North Carolina, Kobe White again in the lane. The jumper goes. Anthony Melton passes to Kevin Porter off a screen. The 3 doesn't go, but Vucevic puts it back, and the foul. Now DeRozan with the ball. We're tied at 30 in the 4th. DeRozan comes off a screen and lays it in. 32-30. USC leads. Cole Anthony, next possession, driving, stopping, popping in the lane, and ties it up at 32. DeRozan right back at him from the elbow. It's good. Cole Anthony's back. Baseline jumper, no good, but Day'Ron Sharpe puts it back in. DeRozan looks for Kevin Porter Jr. It's a miss. North Carolina ball tied at 34. A 3 from Anthony doesn't go. We're still tied. DeRozan, Kevin Porter thinks twice. He puts it in Melton's hands in the corner. Melton smothered, and North Carolina ball. They call a timeout with 2 seconds remaining. The next play, North Carolina inbounding. It goes to Nasir Little. The 3, it's good.
Buries it from deep.
North Carolina's up 37-34, and that's where they'll stay. They win the game on a buzzer beater, and Nasir Little goes home the hero. USC has been eliminated. Jump ahead to our other Elite 8 matchup between Kansas and Kentucky. Both teams with a dominant performance last round. We'll see who has the upper hand in the first. It's Devin Booker driving left and getting the foul and the bucket. The 3-point play for Booker. Kansas down 7-0. Embiid working the post but can't get it to go on Anthony Davis. And then Davis is going to push the ball up the court and complete the coast-to-coast play with a hook in the lane. Kansas 9-0. Finally, their first points come from a driving Embiid. Kentucky now taking and making threes. 19-4. Kansas. Agbaji trying to make a comeback, hitting his 3, making it 21-9. But Devin Booker right back at him, hits a 3, and the Kansas deficit is growing. Embiid with a layup. Graham off the screen hits a 3, but they can't close the gap. Andrew Wiggins driving, dishing, and Embiid with the slam, but it's 32-18. As Devontae Graham's 3 goes. But anytime they get a 3, Booker hits him right back with a 3 of his own. And then they have Cat going with the dunk. Jamal Murray double teamed, finds Maxey wide open. He hits a 3. Kentucky up 49-25 in the 3rd. And one of the Morris brothers trying and missing a layup. Then the next possession, Maxey just slashing through the lane, gets a layup of his own. So here's Marcus Morris with a 2. But other end, Anthony Davis just slamming it home. No problem for Kentucky. They take Kansas out 61-32. Kentucky's going to the Final Four. They will play the North Carolina Tar Heels. Looking at the box score, Embiid led the way for Kansas, but just not enough help. They are eliminated. Our last Elite 8 matchup is featuring the Arizona Wildcats versus the Duke Blue Devils. To start the game, Arizona, Ayton gets the ball underneath, struggles to put it in the first time, hits it the second. Now Zion with the ball, finds a flying Tatum and hits him for the alley-oop dunk. Awesome play. Arizona coming back, marketing with the mid-range. And now Kyrie gets a screen from Mason Plumlee and hits him right back with the dunk. Duke up 1 in the second. Markkanen working the ball, dishes it to Ayton, but he gets rejected. Now it's Aaron Gordon, goes right back to Ayton, who gets the foul and the free throw. So nice 3-point play, gives them the lead. Then it's Kyrie working through the lane, spinning, and the layup is good. We're tied at 16, nearing the end of the half. Ayton passes to Markkanen, and the corner 3 is good, so Arizona has the lead going into the half, and then Duke Ingram with the dunk, and then McConnell drives through the lane, draws the foul, and goes to the free throw line. He hits them both. Duke, next play, the passes to RJ Barrett, and their turnaround jumper goes in, so now it's 35-32. Duke has taken the lead. Arizona looking to make a comeback. Aaron Gordon fouled on his shot, and the free throws go. So Arizona just down 1. Tatum takes the jump shot on the run to bring the lead back up to 3. Now it's Gordon battling Zion back to McConnell. TJ McConnell gets a screen from Ayton. Markkanen to Mathurin. The corner 3 is a miss, so the wide open shot doesn't go. Arizona scrambling. They got to play the fouling game, but Duke intercepts the ball, and now Kyrie's just going to dribble it out. Arizona resorted to fouling. Duke hit all their shots and end up the winning team 44-36. Duke will face UCLA in the Final Four. Tatum led all scorers with 36. McConnell, Ayton with 14. But unfortunately, this is where the road ends. Arizona is eliminated. Just like that, we have Kentucky, North Carolina, Duke, and UCLA as our top 4 teams. The first matchup, we'll dive right into UCLA versus Duke, 3 versus 2, our first Final Four game. And Jason Tatum starts off by posterizing Kevin Love down low, tied at 2-2. Drew Holiday's working on Tyus Jones, and the turnaround jumper goes to give UCLA the lead. Next possession, it's Zach LaVine dishing it to Kevin Love, and he drops it in for the score, 6-2 UCLA. Tatum driving, and another dunk going up high and delivering the slam. The alley-oop to Zion doesn't go as planned, but Zion still can grab it and put it back in. Then it's UCLA. The dish to Looney puts it in, and we're going back and forth. UCLA up 1, but the kick out to Ingram, and he hits the 3 to give Duke the lead. Duke up 18-17. It's Westbrook looking, driving, dishing to a wide open Lonzo Ball. Then it's Tatum, the drive, the spin, the baby hook in the lane goes. Westbrook driving, putting his head down, trying to muscle his way into the lane, backs it out, tries one more time, and works his way under the basket, and eventually gets the layup. So Westbrook really just charging in like a bull. Drew Holiday with the ball. He's crossing up Jones and then takes the little floater and makes it. So UCLA up now 32-28. RJ Barrett takes a long 3, trying to make a comeback. It doesn't go. This time it's Holiday with a pick from Kevin Love. Will take the 3 himself and drains it. Later 37-30. Jason Tatum with a spin lay-in, chipping it down to 5, 37-32. UCLA ball. It's Lonzo for 3, and then in the 4th, Tatum finds Mason Plumlee, gets the score down to 4 points, 44-40. They have to start fouling. Drew Holiday hits both his free throws, and that will do it. Duke gets upset. UCLA advances on as Lonzo Ball consoles Grayson Allen. They will face the winner of Kentucky, North Carolina. Jason Tatum went off 40 points, and Drew Holiday led the UCLA Bruins with 46 of his own. Now, we go to our other Final Four game. The North Carolina Tar Heels square off against the Kentucky Wildcats. The one-loss Kentucky Wildcats have been on a roll. Julius Randle goes for 3, the miss, but Anthony Davis is there to dunk it right back in. Following possession, Kentucky going for the oop, overshoots Anthony Davis, and North Carolina is going to take that turnover and go coast to coast for the layup. Now Kobe White dishes to Bradley, but Bradley is blocked by Anthony Davis. Then, next possession, Davis drops it into SGA's hands. He lays it in. Now North Carolina at the end of the first trying to close the gap but misses in the second. It's Bam Adebayo with the fall away 2. Kentucky up 15-5. Then it's Anthony to Cam Johnson who hits the 3. UNC down 7. They catch the missed alley-oop, go to the other end, and Anthony hits the Bullock. He bobbles it back to Johnson with another 3. And then it's Day'Ron Sharpe with the off-balance 2 in the lane. UNC, they hit a 3. It's Wayne Ellington only down 1 now, 16-17. Kentucky, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Dishes it down to Randall. The double team comes, so he kicks it out, but the 3 doesn't go. We go into the second half, Kentucky ball. It's Anthony Davis trying to force his way into the lane, and it's Sharpe who draws the charge. It wouldn't be college basketball without a couple of charges here and there. Now it's North Carolina. Anthony kicking it out to Kobe White, who hits another 3, and this time it gives Carolina the lead. Anthony Davis now kicking it out. is Julius Randle with the three. He misses. North Carolina still up 3, 25-22. Cam Johnson in the lane. He misses. It's Kentucky. Karl-Anthony Towns hitting the layup on the fast break, and now Kobe White brings the ball up. The dribble handoff with Danny Green, who hands it off to Bullock. He drives. He gets fouled, and on the free throws, hits both shots, so North Carolina up 3 in the fourth. De'Aaron Fox driving and missing the layup. North Carolina next possession. It's Kobe White kicking it out to Justin Jackson, who hits the long two, 33-26. Fox again can't get the shot to go. Now Nasir Little with the ball, and he's got an open lane for the slam. 35-26, 37-26. North Carolina starting to pull away. Devin Booker chipping away, getting it within 10. Booker again. They're clearing out. Booker drives, draws the foul, but misses the first free throw. Second free throw is good. Kentucky down 8, a minute to go. Can they get a stop? Sharp with the turnaround jumper. That doesn't go. So Kentucky with a little bit of life left. It's Anthony Davis shooting on the move. Doesn't go. Sharp with the rebound. Now North Carolina. Sharp in the paint. Puts in the bucket, and that will be it. North Carolina wins it 39-29. The number 1 seed, they only lost 1 game, and their second loss comes in the Final Four. They are eliminated. We are down to just one final game, our national championship, the 5th-seeded North Carolina Tar Heels versus the 3-seeded UCLA Bruins. And we start the game by a drive to the basket is fouled. Daron Sharp.
And a foul called on the way up.
Hits the first, second one doesn't go, so UNC up 1-0. UCLA on the fast break, kicking it out, taking the 3 and missing. And then it's Harrison Barnes who grabs the rebound, dribbles down the other end, pulls up from 3 and knocks it down. Westbrook off the screen, taking a moving 3, and
Second chance effort.
but Kevon Looney is there. Multiple lead changes already. Cole Anthony off the dribble. He hits the layup. North Carolina is now up. And now it's Russell Westbrook off the dribble, and he dunks it. Tony Bradley's on the move. He hits his jumper. And then Bradley again in the pick and roll with Cole Anthony. He scores. So Tony Bradley sighting for back-to-back buckets. Cole Anthony again finds Wayne Ellington. Ellington's shot is good for 3, so North Carolina up 6. Anderson, there's Levine in the corner, wide open. He hits a 3, so now it's a 3-point game. Cole Anthony bringing the ball up the court, finding his man Cam Johnson, cutting wide open to the basket, and the hesitation dribble frees up Anthony for a layup. Anthony coming back again next possession and draws a foul going to the hoop, so going to the basket has paid off for both teams, even though Anthony missed the free throw. First half winding down, it's Lonzo Ball taking the shot, and it's no good. Carolina up 21-13, third quarter now. Drew Holiday kicks it to Levine, and Levine knocks down the 3, cutting the lead to 5. Now Cole Anthony dribbling left and getting rejected by Anderson. Kobe White trying to find his big man down low, but Kevin Love intercepts the pass, kicks it up to Holiday, but he can't find the bucket either. Cole Anthony will take this, and he's going to stop and hit a 3 in transition. So now Kevin Love, top of the key. Dribble handoff to Peyton Wansett, who finds Kevin Love for the give and go. Easy 2. It's 28-23 now. And Cam Johnson passes it to Theo Pinson, who drops a shot in for 2. Holiday trying to find a spark. Down 7 off the pick. Hits Moses Brown for the long layup. Cole Anthony driving right, drawing the foul. And the shot is good, and the free throws are good. Drew Holiday now trying to make something happen, drawing a foul himself, bringing the score to 32-27. Trevor Ariza finds Levine off a screen, and it bounces out, but Kevon Looney, offensive rebound.
Second chance effort.
Is good. We have a 3-point game, 32-29. It's Harrison Barnes, comes off a screen, kicks it to Danny Green, and a wide open Danny Green hits it for 3. So Levine crossing up the defender, going left, drawing the foul, hits the first, second shot is good. So it's a 35-31 4-point game. Cole Anthony waiting for his screen, and he kicks it back to Daron Sharp. Zach Levine now pulls up from mid-range, hits it 37-33, 4-point game. Cole Anthony driving, he's open, but he misses the shot. Kevin Love with the rebound, kicks it up to Kyle Anderson. Anderson passes to Levine. Levine's layup is good. Now we just have a 2-point game. Cole Anthony takes a screen from Sharp, but the block from Kevin Love saves UCLA. Now the shot clock is whittling down. Anthony off the screen. His shot is no good, so now UCLA has a chance with 30 seconds to go. Levine with the ball takes a dribble in and trying to make something work in the paint and accidentally draws the 3-second violation. So now UCLA will have to foul in order to stay in this thing. Kobe White with 2 crucial free throws, and he misses the first one. 17.9 seconds to go. A free throw here would bring UNC up, but he misses again. So the moment is gotten to Kobe White. He misses 2 straight free throws. Now Levine looking for a spot to drive. He pulls it back out.
Levine against Barnes.
Levine holding for the last shot of the game.
Outside Levine.
Screen from Love. Levine, the shot. It's no good. North Carolina holds on, and they are national champions. So we've reached the end of our journey. North Carolina are the national champions. So if you liked the video and you want to see more and want to know more about what happened to the other teams, then subscribe and stay tuned because the NIT tournament is right around the corner. And the winning school end up with the first overall recruit in next year's class, something that just might propel the right team to a national title next season. Thank you for watching.